they had Vietnam War on television, and how good was that for kids? But it was what the world was.
I can imagine. Let me ask you this too, Dennis. Did you hear about Dolly Parton? What she kind of said lately about just speaking on her life and being in music and country music.
What was it?
I think she was just talking about, maybe, I don't know, threesomes, things that you may. I heard it was on one of the late night talk shows.
What the hell did you just say?
And I think everybody was just shocked that Dolly Parton, maybe they weren't expecting that, but I'm like, man, God bless her.
Hey, it was the 70s, man.
What was
it? It was a different time and place.
What were the 70s like, Dennis? I mean, because I was born. I was like trying to understand, man.
Well, it wasn't politically correct. It was a time of came out in the 60s. It was just everybody was experimenting with different ways of lifestyles and relationships. Nobody. I think it was a naivete, a lot of it, but it was certainly an interesting time to grow up, to be in. That was for sure.
I mean, she taught. Well, yeah. I mean, they say it was a joke, and you know what I mean. I just thought it was funny, just because Dolly Parton just kind of speaking on it. But I mean, not necessarily what you necessarily would expect. But I was like, okay, Dolly, we know she's big time. But I was like, wow,
sure.
Well,
I guess everybody has their time and place for something.
Right.
I find I've become a lot more tolerant for everybody, especially at myself.
Oh, yeah, man. I get it. And I ask a lot of these things because I realize that being in California and being in that Hollywood, on the Hollywood side of things, California is. It has a lot of influence, even politically. You know what I mean? And certainly, it's trailblazing when it comes to so many, various things. Have you spent any time in Atlanta, Dennis?
Yeah, I'm back at especially the 70s and 80s. I spent a lot of time.
So you never went to Freaknik though?
The what?
Freaknik. It ended in '96.
I was there like in the 70s, right when they built Peachtree back. And man, I had a great time in Georgia, all over Georgia, and it was a fun time in life. It really was.
I like your answer, Dennis, because it sounds like I wish we had we could time travel. And kind of, saying take it there. But no, I definitely appreciate that. And I just say that because Atlanta becomes so much more of a film city, and there's so much more content.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there now. But one thing I have noticed is that things are hardly regional anymore. It becomes centers for things, but it's not so much based in a state or a certain culture like it used to be. And like let's just take like Cajun music or Zydeco music, which used to be of a certain region. You don't really have that. We're talking about gumbo and before. It's become more. It's become more global, I guess.
Sure. Is there anything particular in hip hop that you like? Any artists that you really listen
right
to?
now? I like T Grizzly. That
you listening to T Grizzly first day out, Dennis?
Yeah, man, I can do that shit with no effort. I mean, that's a beautiful song, man. Because it's written. You can
You could tell he's passionate.
I feel like it's authentic.
It's authentic.
Is what I feel, and also it's poetic. I think as far as music goes, I even have a song that on a record. It's called After the Fall. It's all the poets are in hip hop, and it's really what it got to because they're really speaking about something.
Sure. Wow.
No.
That's powerful. So T Grizzly, anybody else?
Well, I like a lot of reggaeton music that's out there right now.
Reggaeton.
And going on, and I'm I listen to a whole lot of things.
Okay.
I love Eminem from what he came out of it. He still has fire in his belly, it seems.
Yeah.
And still, I mean, Snoop is old school, but still listening to him. And
You ever run into Snoop?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get Snoop to drop a verse on one of my songs.
That's what's up, though. I love it, Dennis. That's what's up. That's real. Did you when you were filming Any Given Sunday? I mean, obviously Jamie Foxx is a huge musical talent. Did you ever hear him sing, or did you ever get a chance to kind of vibe?
Yeah.
How was that?
Kanye was the song he did with Kanye.
Oh,
Kanye's another good one. He's a poet.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody thinks of him, he's an artist. Sure.
Are you sometimes blown away when you see some of the comments that Kanye is connected to?
You either have to laugh or whatever, but he is his own person. You got to give him that.
Yeah, absolutely. He is that. I thought it was interesting, and kind of taking it back when you mentioned Jim Brown, just seeing Kanye and Jim Brown go to the White House together. I just thought that was like, and no one really speaks on Jim Brown. And Jim Brown's always like the elder statesman to me, like Muhammad Ali.
Jim Brown hardly got a word in. Total class act. He's probably got the most to say. He's got the wisdom.
Right. He's got the wisdom for certain. For certain. Wow, man.
I really like. You remember back in the day. I don't know you don't. But Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali, man. But with them taking all these title away from Jim Brown, so that and really helped them out. I think helped out all of America, really.
Sure.
Calm things down. Get things straight,
Absolutely.
Yelling at each other.
Can I ask you something, Dennis? What are your thoughts when you see a lot of the shootings of, so to speak, people of color? Not so to speak, the shootings of people of color, but just the way it's been played out in the news and media.
I just think it's really sad, man. Things have gotten out of control. I think sometimes on both sides. I think we just need to start looking at each other like as people, because that's what it is. And this whole, instead of black, white, Republican, Democrat, or it's just we're all people. We all want the same things, and you get a person one-on-one, and you can relate to them.
Yeah.
And you stop treating each other as groups, and afraid to talk and say the hard things.
Sure.
Get offended.
Yeah.
We get offended too easily, and just need to reach out.
Got you. I appreciate your perspective, man. On life, on just your approach to life. I know you really shared a lot about your own struggles with substance abuse too, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes up every once in a while. The Daily Mail puts out an article.
Daily Mail just
like 30 years ago.
Oh, okay. And I'm not. I wasn't saying it like it was anything happening now. But I know with hip hop.
Hey,
okay.
Yeah, I am gonna have to get out of the car though. I gotta go make a plane. Here.
Okay. All right.
Leave it at 4.
Oh, Dennis, thank you, man.
Got to get through security. But I enjoyed talking to you. I really did.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for listening.
Hey, have a safe flight.
Yeah, we're going to have another album in about 6 months, but we can talk again.
Absolutely. I look forward to it, man. Thank you for your time, Dennis.
All right.
Okay.
Take care.
All right, sir. Peace. Dennis Quaid right here on Check This Out on 100.3 The Beat. That's what it is.
Check this out, America.
We connect the streets.